these ayats were all based upon the Prophet having a dream, peace be upon him. You can say, well, he's a prophet, of course his dreams. Like, okay, all right, I understand. But the lesson in it though is that even though the dream was unclear, and even though I mean, not unclear, but it turned out to be other than what they thought, the way to manage that situation and all situations like that you're doing in Allah's name for Allah's sake is not to isolate and to become independent. That's not what it is. It's not to think about one's concerns over all other concerns. That's not what it is. It's not to think, well, I gotta do what I gotta do so that I can survive this. That's not how it works. That's actually how you make sure yourself and everyone involved loses courage, and the core d'esprit amongst you vanishes. It doesn't work like that. That's a very individualized, sort of Western secular way of dealing with things. No. When we have a problem, when we say we are doing something together, fi sabilillah, and I mean this as a jama'ah, I mean this in any other circumstance, the way that we manage it is by refusing to quarrel and by being patient with one another and maintaining the remembrance of Allah. And if you do that, whatever Allah wants to do with you in that situation, you will always be victorious, because you're victorious as long as you are patient. I think that's extremely important. Psychology, man. It's a Sufi psychology. Things don't, you can't take a class or watch a TED talk, to figure out how to. These psychologists and such, they do a great job in whatever they're doing. But when you're doing something for Allah's sake, yeah, you have to do it. You have to know how to do it. When you say you're doing something for Allah's sake, you have to learn how to do it for Allah's sake. You can't just assume that you know. And that's when we turn to the Quran.